Hunters! Bungie has finally done it. They've taken one of the longest standing, most beloved, most powerful features in the entirety of Destiny and nerfed it. And they didn't even just simply nerf it, they straight up deleted it. Yes, I'm talking about Warmind Cells and Elemental Wells. And yeah, maybe they haven't deleted it officially just yet, but it might as well be gone forever. I mean, we only have until the release of Lightfall to have any fun with Warmind Cells whatsoever. I mean, wait a minute, we have until Lightfall. That's it. I didn't want to have to do this, but Bungie has left me no choice. With less than a month to show the world our power, it's time to unleash my secretly, supremely super powerful solar subclass build onto the world of Destiny 2. In this build, we will activate the Extinction Protocol. That's right, it's time to show the world the true wrath of Rasputin as we set the world ablaze with infinite orbital strikes that harness the rage of the Warmind. I'm talking unlimited Warmind cells and nuclear explosions on demand. Let's talk about it. But first, why not take this time to make sure you're subbed to the channel so you don't miss part 2 and 3 of this series of Warmind themed builds featuring both Titans and Warlocks. Also, if you like the video, please go ahead and give it a like, which is a free way to support the channel. So, the goal of this build is to summon as many Warmind cells as possible between now and Lightfall. This build is not only an ad-clearing monster, that's an understatement, but you'll be genuinely shocked at the amount of single target damage you'll be able to do with all of our powers combined. Let's first talk about the mods that we'll be using to allow us to keep the chain of destruction going. First up, we have the solar mod, Wrath of Rasputin. This one is pretty obvious. You're gonna create Warmind cells whenever you kill enemies with solar splash damage. There's gonna be a lot of solar splash damage in this build. Next we have Global Reach. Yeah, this got nerfed and it's not as good as it once was, but trust me, it's still plenty powerful. This extends the reach of the explosions created from detonating one of your Warmind cells. Now you can sub this for Rage of the Warmind if you'd like to make your Warmind cell explosions do solar splash damage, but I really like going for maximum destruction here, so I'm rocking Global Reach. We have the solar mod, Well of Life. With all these explosions going off, you'll want a way to replenish your health constantly, and Well of Life is key for this. Whenever you pick up a solar well, you get continuous solar healing. Not as good as Restoration, but still very good. We have the solar mod Explosive WELLMAKER. Do I really need to explain this one? Whenever you get explosion multi-kills, you drop a solar well. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. And lastly, we have Melee WELLMAKER. Melees in an explosion build? Yes! Yes, especially when we pair it with our featured exotic for this build, Caliban's Hand. So when this exotic first came out, it was bugged and basically not very useful. In fact, I still have my first impressions video up on this channel of when I tried it out for the first time, and let's just say I was underwhelmed. But Bungie has since fixed them, and boy oh boy, these are hard to take off. They basically take your proximity knife and turn them into portable nukes with the perk Roast 'em, which causes your knives to scorch targets and ignite them when you get a kill. It also boosts your melee regen whenever you toss a knife until it explodes. So naturally, we'll be pairing this with our exotic weapon for this build, the Monte Carlo. Old reliable. Monte Carlo feeds our melee just for doing damage with the gun and can even fully charge it for us when we get a kill. With these two exotics combined, you'll literally never be without a melee charge. But that's not even what makes this build special. Yeah, we have explosions galore with our Warmind cells, but remember, we've initiated the Extinction Protocol. So we have to go scorched earth on our enemies, and with the aspects and fragments we've chosen for this build, the battlefield will be drier than your throat after eating a Popeye's biscuit with no bev. Let's talk about it. First, our melee of choice is obviously the proximity knife to go along with Caliban's Hand. For our super, we have Blade Barrage to give us even more solar explosions. And for our class ability, we have Gambler's Dodge, which recharges our melee whenever we dodge near enemies. Now, for aspects, we're going with Knock 'em Down. This improves our blade barrage and refunds our melee whenever we get a melee kill while we're radiant. And we also have On Your Mark. Along with the 3 extra fragment slots, we get a boost to weapon handling and reload speed whenever we get precision hits with our guns, or, get this, we get maximum stacks whenever we dodge. It's just crazy how much we have this constant buff to reload and handling. It's near infinite, to the point you basically don't even need reload mods. For fragments, first up we have Ember of Torches. Now, it's a -10 discipline, but it makes us radiant whenever we hit somebody with our throwing knife. We'll just try to hit somebody with our throwing knives. Ember of Char gives us a +10 discipline and makes our solar ignitions spread scorch to other affected targets. I don't know if you were paying attention when I was going over Caliban's hand, but we have ignitions on demand with our melee, meaning we're scorching any and everything in sight and proccing ignitions constantly. Next, we have Ember of Eruption. It gives us a +10 strength, and solar ignitions have an increased area of effect. Oh, I know you feel that synergy, baby. We have Ember of Ashes, where you apply even more scorch stacks, which means faster and even more ignitions. Lastly, we have Ember of Searing, where defeating scorch targets grants melee energy. Combine this with Caliban's and Monte Carlo, and we literally always have a melee charge. And now, the build is complete. It's time to execute the Extinction Protocol. Let's talk about the gameplay loop. You see a group of enemies, and as you approach, boom! You toss your throwing knife into one of them, which makes you radiant, and as that knife digs its way into the head of some poor thrall, it detonates, blowing him sky high with a solar ignition. This sets off a chain reaction which scorches and ignites everything around it, and scorches and ignites everything around it. I'm serious. I'm talking entire rooms of enemies gone with one knife, entire waves of gambit enemies, you name it. If it's in the room, it goes boom. But that's not it. All those explosions have definitely spawned a Warmind Cell or 2 or 3, so now you can shoot those bad boys to clean up any stragglers that may be left behind after your original chain of explosions. You should also see tons of solar wells on the ground, which you can pick up to activate Well of Life, keeping your health topped off and right in the middle of all the action. Your radiant knife kills are keeping your melee charge so you can keep the flow going, but if you happen to lose your charge, just send a few shots out with your radiant boosted up Monte Carlo and your knife will be reloaded in no time. Hunters, make it rain fire and brimstone as you call down Warmind Cell after Warmind Cell with your unlimited nuclear knives and explosions. Battlegrounds, nightfalls, gambits, it doesn't matter because with the flick of your wrist, they fall whenever you execute the Extinction Protocol. But that's it for me. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next build. You can also click the links in the description below to keep up with me everywhere. But until next time, peace out. I love you. Bye-bye.